Hello, friends, and welcome to Take Two for this Monday, the 11th of January, 2021. I'm Jeannie. I'm so glad you decided to come along for the ride today. Well, this weekend we had a wonderful opportunity to have a face-to-face FaceTime call with some folks that we haven't seen in over 7 years. It was really marvelous. And what's so wonderful about it, and I still marvel, I guess I'm old-fashioned, but I still marvel at technology and the things that you can do. And in this particular case, it was a real privilege to be able to, with my little handheld device and their little handheld device, 4,000 miles apart from one another, we had a FaceTime call with dear friends in England. Now, their daughter, it's Frank and Rita Taylor. They pastored a church, one of the churches that we helped to pioneer various different community projects with way back in 1990 and 91. And these folks still remain very dear friends to us. At the time, their daughter Sarah was just a teenager. Both their daughters were teenagers, Joanna and Sarah. And since that time, those teenagers have grown up into women in their 40s with families of their own and children and husbands. And it's just so delightful because Sarah and I contact each other very often. We keep in touch, particularly over the holiday season. So we decided that we would surprise Frank and Rita with this FaceTime call. So we did. We arranged a time and all that. And Sarah was at her parents' house with her children. And she and her husband was not there, but at least one of her children was there. And we were able to arrange this. So she made the call first and said, "Now, just a moment. I'm going to go get my parents." So I could hear her yell, "Mom, Dad, come here for a minute. There's somebody I want you to see." And they were like, "What?" And they came in and they looked down into her phone and he said, "Oh my goodness." They were just absolutely flabbergasted. There we were, up close and personal, thousands of miles across the ocean, and we were able to do that. And it was so wonderful. And I marveled at it also, at the fact, not only the technology part of it, but how we just picked up right where we had left off all those many years ago and came together again. And I thought, you know what? That is true friendship. Being able to pick up right where you left off and come together the way that we did. Now, a lot of things have changed in these many years. Sarah and Joanna are not teenagers anymore. And of course, in the last 7 years, things have even changed. When we left, her son, who had not quite turned 3, is now 10. And she didn't have her second child, Frankie, who's now almost nearly a year and a half old. Frank was he was pastoring a church back then, but now Frank in his 80s is not doing that anymore. And Rita has since retired from her social services job. A lot of things have changed over the years. Sarah's husband was working at one place, but now he owns his own restaurant. A lot of things have come and gone. Maybe our hair has changed. Maybe there's a few pounds less or more on one of us. Maybe there's a little bit of gray. Maybe like I said, our vocations have changed. Maybe some have retired. Things change. But the thing that doesn't change is when dear friendship passes the test of time, that you could pick up right where you left off and come back together again. That's a sign of true friendship. I was absolutely delighted, as Michael was, and of course as they were, to be able to see each other, facial expressions again, and all that kind of thing. And we did have to have a little bit of a chuckle to say some things never change. When I said to Rita, who was always a bit of a procrastinator, and Rita, if you're watching this, you know what I'm saying is true. She was always a bit of a procrastinator. And I said, so Frank, Rita, did you put up any Christmas decorations this year? You know, a lot of people downsized and didn't do as much because of lockdown and coronavirus and that kind of thing. But she said, and just as she started to answer my question, I could see Sarah in the corner with this little Mona Lisa smirk, as if to say, as if you didn't know the answer. And Rita said, well, you know, we did buy a brand new, lovely, pre-lighted tree, but it's still in the trunk of my car. We never never did put it on this year. And that's when I said, oh, yes, some things never change. But honestly, the joyful part about the whole thing was knowing that this is true friendship. Now, they're not just mere acquaintances. These are people who we've loved for over 30 years. They've been special and dear to us. And how did we know it's a test of true friendship? Because we picked up right where we left off and came together again. And that was a joyful, joyful experience. Now listen, go out and be a blessing to somebody today. You may end up being the only one who is. And if there's someone out there with whom you have not been in touch for a while, and if you have the technology to do something like this face to face, make sure that you do, because that's how you know that they're dear, dear, true friends, when you can come together like that and pick up right where you left off. Now, listen, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, too, and that is Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and every time another Take Two premieres, you will know about it. Ding, you'll hear it, I'm telling you. All right, go out and have a wonderful day today. If you're staying home, make sure you use your time productively. Be safe. And remember, I'll see you on Wednesday for Hump Day. I love you all very much. Bye-bye.